Have you ever looked at your cat and thought, do you even care about me? Because sometimes they just stare at you like you are simply there. No reaction, no excitement, no obvious emotion, but what if I told you your cat is not ignoring you at all? Are just experiencing you in a completely different way than you think, and once you understand that, the way you see them will never feel the same. Again, let me tell you something that happened to me. I remember sitting on the edge of my bed late at night. The room was quiet, dim light. I was scrolling on my phone, half distracted, and my cat just walked in. Oh, rush. No noise, just calm movement. She jumped up beside me and sat there. Then she did something strange. She stared at me, not in a cute, playful way, just observing, like she was trying to read something I could not see. And I remember thinking, what are you looking at? But she was not confused. I was, because in that moment I realized something simple but strange. She was not seeing me the way I see myself. She was seeing something completely different. Here is the truth most people never hear. Your cat does not categorize you as human, not in their mind, not in their instincts, not in their social world. Instead, you are something much closer to their own kind, just bigger, louder, and a bit unpredictable. To your cat, you are not an owner, you are not a leader, you are not even a different species in the emotional sense. You are part of their environment, part of their group, part of their world, and that small shift in perspective changes everything. Think about how cats behave with each other. They do not use strict hierarchy like dogs. They do not constantly seek approval. Their relationships are built on comfort, space, timing, trust. Now place yourself in that system. When your cat rubs against your leg, they are not just being affectionate in a human way. They are marking you as familiar when they walk past you, slowly brushing just slightly. They are not greeting you like a boss. They are acknowledging your presence like a known member of their space. It is subtle, almost invisible, but it is consistent. Here is the part that surprises most people. Your cat behaves like you belong there, not like you control the place, but like you are simply part of it. Now let us talk about communication, because this is where everything gets misunderstood. We think cats are quiet. We think they are distant. We think they do not talk much, but that is only because we are listening for the wrong language. Do not rely on speech. They rely on patterns. A slow blink means something different than a tail flick. A certain posture means comfort. A certain silence means trust. And here is the problem. Humans miss most of it, so cats adapted. They created something just for USA vocal sound that did not really exist in their adult world. Meowing. But here's the twist. Most people do not realize cats do not really meow at each other, not like this. Not constantly, not with this variety. They developed it for one audience. Only you, and over time it became something more interesting than just a sound. It became a personalized language. The feed me sound is not the same as the notice me sound. The I am annoyed sound is not the same as the follow me sound. And if you have lived with a cat long enough, you already know this without even realizing it. You just understand them, not through logic, through repetition and emotion. Let us talk about something most cat owners find confusing or even disturbing when cats bring you things. A toy, a sock, sometimes something else, and your first reaction is usually, why would you do this? But in their world, it actually makes sense, because cats are natural learners and teachers in their social groups. In the wild, older cats sometimes bring prey back to younger ones, not to show off, but to teach. So when your cat drops something at your feet and looks at you, it is not random. It might be instinct, it might be curiosity. It might even be a kind of attempt to interact with you, the only way they understand. And yes, sometimes it is also play, but either way there is intention behind it. Your cat is not passive. They are engaging with you in the only language they know. How now? Here is something that changes everything. Your cat does not to see detail the way you do. If you leaned in close to your cat's face, expecting recognition, you might be surprised, because up close things blur for them. They do not process fine facial detail like humans do. Instead, they rely on movement, shape, energy, sound, smell. That means they do not recognize. You recognize a face in a crowd. They recognize you like a combination of patterns of where you walk, the way you open a door, the way your footsteps sound in a hallway, the way your presence feels in a room. You are not a visual identity to them. You are an experience, a signature, a feeling, and somehow that might be more powerful than just being recognized. Have you ever noticed how your cat can go from alert to completely relaxed in seconds? When you are around one moment, they are scanning the room, the next they are stretched out, eyes half closed, completely at peace. That shift is not random. It is trust, not loud, trust not obvious, trust quiet, trust the kind that does not need confirmation every second. Studies on animal behavior suggest something interesting. Many cats treat their owners like a secure anchor. When you are there, the environment feels predictable. When you leave, they become more alert, not because they are weak, but because your presence stabilizes their world. You are not just someone in the house. You are part of their emotional map of safety. YAMOTO and LP. And here's the part that really hits home. We often think love has to look a certain way: excited greetings, constant attention, obvious affection. But cats do not love like that. They love in silence, in routines, in shared space, in the simple fact that they choose to stay near you even when they do not have tooth. They do not follow you because they are dependent. They follow you because you are familiar, predictable, fond in their world. That means everything. So when your cat sits beside you without doing anything at all, that might actually be their strongest version of affection. No performance, no demand, just presence. If I know mess Maybe the real question is not why is my cat like this, maybe it is am I finally learning to understand the world they have been showing me all along, because once you stop expecting them to behave like humans, you start noticing something deeper. Whenever distant, they were just communicating differently. If this changed the way you see your cat even a little bit, you might want to stick around. There is a lot more happening in their behavior than most people realize, and once you start noticing it, you cannot really unsee it. You might even understand them better than ever before. And if you have got a cat at home, I am genuinely curious, what is the most confusing or weird thing your cat has ever done that suddenly makes more sense after hearing this?